But now that Wavix has put all this forward, I'm going to present the evidence publicly. Now,
throughout this video, Scary will number 1, use strongman arguments, and number 2, he will use evidence that goes in his favor instead of showing all evidence publicly.
People who know me closely know that I have a horrible time indicating tone in text to the point where I'm one of the people who use tone indicators, and this message could have definitely benefited from a /J at the end of it.
One main problem with the wrong tone argument you used in the first screenshot is that you went back and deleted it. You did not put /J or even tell Wavix, G-Thumb, and Lettuce that it was a joke.
I took offense because people were comparing the content in this level to actual child exploiters like EDP445 and Jeffrey Epstein.
I decided to do some research into these claims, and I could not find a single result, although this is several days after the drama happened, so the results could have just died down.
Now, the reason I take offense to the way people responded is quite simply that they were putting it on the same level as this stuff when all the level has is suggestive audio and fully clothed art of characters.
Fully clothed characters!
Now, taking a step back, I'm not saying the level isn't creepy, I'm not saying the way the art was used was creepy.
The way Scary words this is confusing, but it contradicts itself as he tries to meet in the middle of this whole situation. He, number 1, says that the level is creepy, but then he says the way the art was used wasn't creepy.
As far as I can tell, I don't even think they draw anything NSFW. It's all just normal-ass anime art with nothing weird about it.
This is the first instance of Scary using partial evidence in his favor, as if you look up all the artists, you'll see that at least one of them does in fact draw NSFW of characters that look questionable in age.
But of course, Wavix and other people involved are trying to spin this and make it sound like I shifted opinion, and that this wasn't my original opinion, and that I clearly liked the level.
Except you did like the level, according to your showcase at least, which shows you having a 10 out of 10 botting enjoyment of the level. That's just weird.
Label them as some kind of predator. I am a victim of this shit. Of actual child exploitation. And to act like this is the same thing pisses me off.
This video doesn't show you liking or disliking the level at all. In fact, you're just saying that the level isn't like what people say it is.
I've also heard people try to accuse the level of sampling CP. Two things to respond to that. Firstly, no, all the audio comes from different anime. Secondly, even if it did, how would the song be on Newgrounds?
This did not age well.
Yes, I handled this situation extremely poorly, but I did not in any way mean to defend the level. That was not my original point, but of course, Wavix and his community wouldn't listen to me. I tried to explain myself in DMs to him, and he just kept shutting down my explanations because he didn't believe me.
You, quote-unquote, explaining yourself is actually guilt-tripping Wavix, according to these screenshots at least, where your first reaction is to immediately jump to the WL instead of any of the claims that Wavix brought up against you. This is concerning because he also mentioned how people were uncomfortable around you, and you did not seek to mend that relationship at all. You immediately jumped to a list, which means nothing at the end of the day.
The fact that for like a small window of time, I changed my Discord PFP to cropped NSFW art of Chara from Undertale. So did I do this? Yes. Was the character underage in the art? No.
This is such a dumb argument. Aged up art is CP. This method of saying aged up art is justifying CP. Because you have this cop-out strategy where essentially the artist can just go, guys, this is just 6 years after this event happened. They're actually 18 instead of 12 now.
But look at how Undertale looks as a game. Can you really tell the difference between the characters' ages?
Yes, you can definitely tell that that character is a child. Not only because of lines throughout the game, but also how characters generally treat you. It's pretty clear that that's a child.
Because I can't. If I remember correctly, I didn't even put that much thought into the image that I picked. I just went onto the Rule 34 website and picked a random-ass image on the first page without thought.
Your extreme amount of negligence in this situation astounds me. Because number 1, you did not do basic research that you should have done. And number 2, you set your profile picture to cropped NSFW when you were regularly interacting with minors.
And if you're curious why I even did this and why I thought it'd be funny, well, it's because it was Pride Month.
To honor National Suicide Prevention Month, I will be putting my profile picture as a hanged body for the next month.
That's literally it. It was a Pride Month joke. And what annoys me is that Wavix is phrasing it as if it's hard to tell that the character's 18 plus or anything like that. This is the Twitter bio of the artist that drew the art I set as my PFP.
Wait, I thought you just randomly picked it off the site. How could you find the artist?
Their bio literally states that all the characters they draw are depicted as 18 plus.
That means absolutely nothing. This is another cop-out strategy like the one I mentioned previously, where essentially they can just say, guys, I swear they're 18, my bio says so.
I haven't actually just set my PFP to NSFW once, I did it twice, and this was the other time I did it. It is cropped NSFW of Amy from Sonic. It is cropped NSFW of Amy from Sonic.
Oh! That's just gross.
Okay,
yeah.
No, yeah. No.
At least he's a grown-ass man.
At least it's not nerds! It's just weird. Actually, wait, no. Amy, Sonic,
12!
Again, did it as a joke.
No. You see, the child porn, it was just a goof. It was just for laughs, you know? Just, why are you laughing?
And, yeah, I mean, I screenshotted DMs with other people and sent them to Wavix. Wavix has seen my cropped NSFW PFPs. He never criticized them, and he only feels the need to criticize them after he's not friends with me.
Once again, it's a Discord profile, so it's a little hard to notice, but I still think it's weird that you did set it to this, because literally showing NSFW didn't matters, honestly.
There's another point in the DMs where Wavix makes it look like he's shocked that I contacted Wavix Harasser and that all this stuff went down, but I told Wavix about it previously in DMs. He knew. So this was clearly just Wavix being dishonest.
The reason Wavix was surprised is because the whole harassment had died down by now, and he also didn't know why you were still in contact with him, because talking to him had never really changed anything in the past.
The beginning of the DMs makes it clear to me that the real reason Wavix is doing this is to protect his brand as a YouTuber, because in his own words, he uses YouTube as a side job, and so it just really bothers me that Wavix would pick protecting his brand over defending his friend.
While Wavix may have said this in DMs, he actually didn't really know how to respond to you and ended up using this as an excuse because he felt genuinely uncomfortable around you, and so did his friends, so naturally he wanted to get away from you.
Because Wavix literally threw me under the bus here just so he could stop getting a couple hostile comments. So what do I plan on doing going forward?
Fatality. Rockcat wins. Flawless victory.